So, hello everyone. Welcome, family, Unlimited Wisdom family. I love and appreciate you guys so much. And I'll do a quick shout out to Mary and Donald and Dustin and Deborah, Sarah. Sarah, I only can see the top of your head. I gotta see that beautiful face of yours. Hi, Dana. Hi, John. Miss Deb, Coach Bob, Jane making her Immunocal. So hi, Sandy. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Bill. Of course, Matthew and my wife and Hannah and Ezra. And then, of course, the hostess with the mostest, Coach CJ Jackman. So what I'm going to do today is just a really fun one for me because you guys know that I love doing this, and we'll just call this documentation beats conversation. So we're on day 25, and what I thought I'd share with you guys really quickly here is all right, there we go. So now I got to go here. Got too many winders open. So here we go. So if you guys don't know yet, Immunotec uses a company called Hyper Wallet, and they use PayPal. So you can see here that we just went over 11 grand, which is pretty cool. So it hasn't been quite a month yet. So that's 11 grand in earnings. So not bad for a white guy that got raised up in North Dakota. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. I like this bank transfer that happened here, was one that I was really blown away with because it still doesn't show in the back office of Immunotec yet. So it's really cool. So for some of you that want to see, where your commissions are, you can actually log back there and just click on commissions. If you don't have any, then you could just call customer service. But then last night, I believe, I went to Terry's back office. And I wanted to show you this. So if you go into just the back office, this is what you'll see. And then you can click on commissions here. And if we click on commissions, you can see Terry made $578.85. So that's really cool. And the only reason that I show you guys that stuff is I'm one of those individuals that documentation beats conversation. I want to show you the money that we earned, and instead of telling you that it earned. So this is recorded, so you always can refer back to it and go. So if you took, I think it was 11,006 and 5, what would that be? Over $12,000 that the Hollis family has made before their first month, So that's only 25 days in. And one of the things that we did with Terry's account too is that when I noticed that Terry had money in there, they had sent Terry an email showing her how to activate the Hyper Wallet. And it was really simple. And what I did to find out that she had a check, that we got that email, is I used the chat. So there's a chat, right in the corner, and I just clicked on there. They asked what the ID number was. Of course, the reason I did the chat is because Terry's enjoying Ezra. But, I had Terry on the phone. So the only reason that, again, I wanted to show you guys that is to show you that now that they pay. I had a really nice conversation with Chris and Robinson today. And he goes, "Hey, are you and Terry going to Cabo? Because you guys had so many points. I think we needed like 9,000 points. And we ended up with 111,000 points, right? And so we had enough points for credit for both of us with airfare to win the trip, and then also spending money." And so I was going, wow. And I said, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to go on that trip. And he goes, "Well, if you don't, He goes, guess what this company does if you don't go to the trip? And I go, what? They give you the money. So, for people like Coach Bob that says, "Give me the money," it's like, hey, I don't need to spend any time with you guys. But I really was thinking, I'm not trying to say negative stuff about the trips, but you guys know that I used to have 758,000 people, and they were all Latinos. So one of the funniest trips that we ever went on is we had probably about, I don't know, 1,800 people that all won a trip on a cruise. And so I was the master distributor. So Terry and I went on this cruise. We were the only two white people that spoke English on the entire cruise ship. And it is pretty interesting that normally you have the people that are I think the head person for each division, right? They're like bilingual. You know what I mean? And when you go on a cruise ship, and so they can be Hispanic or an Asian or someone from Europe or whatever or India, but they speak English. There was no one that spoke English on this cruise. It was hilarious. So you would talk to people and you'd be asking questions, and they're like, "Don't you know this is a Latin cruise?" It's like we do now. So that's pretty hilarious. So another thing that I wanted to share with you guys to do on this documentation beats conversation is just really share with you again, how did I make that money? Okay. And it made me really think about it before I did this video. And I really thought that it would be really cool just to share this with you guys, right? So how I made that money is, first, let's be really brutal as far as being transparent. Um, I have been treating people like they want to be treated for my entire life. Does that make sense to you guys? It's like I know there's some people that just don't like people. I love people. All right. So when I get introduced to them, I'm sending them birthday messages. I'm constantly, giving nice, heartfelt responses on their social media. So when I do this for years, and then every once in a while I'll build a company, then I also build that kind of relationship, right? And so just like when I started MDC 7 years, 8 months ago, I had been out of the network marketing industry, I think, for 5 years. And all I put on my social media, along with a video, is I go, my wife got involved with the company. She wants me to help her, me and Matt. And so what we're going to do is we're definitely going to help her. And so if you're interested in working with me in any shape or fashion, here's the link. And and so we not only last November, in that 15 days, we brought in 51 people that wanted to be a consultant in the company, and we brought in 11 customers. And then so far this month, we got like 3 customers, and I think 8 or 9. I think it's 9. People that are. And what I love about this company is that you can look at the points that you need to occur to actually win the trip. And everyone's on that. Everyone's on that worldwide. So that was another reason that I had a conversation with Chris, because I wasn't very happy that he's ahead of me right now. So I'm number 2. But because of who Chris is, he's got me front level, and then he's got Judy front level, and then he's got John Herenzma front level. So it's like, but you know what? How many of you have ever met Chris Robinson? Have you ever talked to him? Is there understanding why someone like me would want to go under him? See what I mean? So before we did this, it was like, Josh was going, listen, you guys, can work together if you want. And I'm going like, I'd sign under Chris in a heartbeat. So that's the first thing I want to share with you guys that, when we moved over to Immunotec and you're seeing how fast I'm growing, you need to understand that my harvest can be very, very good because I really care for people. So I've been planting seeds for a long, 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 long time, right? And so that's the number one key thing. So, I think that everyone should. I was reaching out to a guy and he goes, "How did you do that so fast?" And I just wanted to cover that with you guys because when you look at me and you go, is it really all skill? For me, is it really all about skill? Or is it really truly just making friends? See, that's interesting, isn't it? Because some of you would go, I got to get better at the skills. No, if you were, I won't say influencer, but, Matt talks about this all the time. I've never ever heard it before. He told me, but it's called a parasocial relationship. And what it means is that how many people do you know out there, if someone asked them if they were a friend of mine, they would say absolutely yes. And then if you said, have you ever met him personally? No. Have you ever even been in the same room with him? No. Isn't that funny? Like Deborah was going, I'm in a Zoom room. You know what I mean? That's I'm in a Zoom room. So, just understand that, if you do that, that's how it happens. So once I discovered, again, we covered this a little bit yesterday, but once I discovered videos that made me feel, are you guys listening to this? Once I found videos that made me feel, then those are the videos that I put on social media. So I put them up on YouTube. And then me and Matt even looked at some videos, of course, with Mike, and just went, this is a great video, but it is way too long. And so that's how we took the 9-minute video down to a minute 54. And I just went, for me personally, I don't know a better peak of interest video. Now, for some of you, joke, for those of you that watch this and recorded, if you guys are really, really great at knowing how to make a better peak video, do it. But why did I show my documentation beats conversation first? Because I'm going to now tell you what to do so a majority of you can make a decision not to do that. See, why would you not do that? I know why. You're smarter than everybody. You're not just smarter than me. So here I am, brand new in a company, and I get messages almost daily of people telling me how they're going to make a lot of money in this company. And now I need to ask them, what's your definition of a lot of money? You know what I mean? Is $12,000 in 25 days? Is that like a lot of money? I don't know. But there are going to be people that are just going to do what they think they should do. And I'm just going to keep sharing with you what I do. Now, why am I sharing that with you? I'm telling you from 39 years of experience that the number one thing that people have in their mind of why they won't do anything is because as you're sharing it with them, they are saying, I can't do this, or I'm not willing to do this. How many of you seen people build YouTube channels, but you're not interested in having your face on a YouTube, right? So do you know people that have made a lot of money in YouTube that did it without putting their face on it? Man. So I want to share with you that Documentation beats conversation. If anything that you want to do in your life, make sure that the people that are doing it show you what they're making. So the other thing that I do all the time is I just have all these people that reach out to me every day that are a solution to my problem. Do you know what I mean by that? They assume that I have a problem. And then they tell me that, listen, if you do this, you can get 1 million leads, 1 million hits to your website, 1 million everything, right? And so when they say that, when I say to them, if you figured out this problem for someone like me, I make over 1 million a year in residual income off a loyal, satisfied customer base and a consultant base. Oh, by the way, I love saying that to my wife last night when I showed her that how many of you are looking forward to becoming a paid consultant with Immunotec? I think that's really cool language, don't you guys? It's like, hey, I'm a paid consultant. Damn. That means that a lot of other consultants are not paid. Like not paid network marketers, not paid affiliate marketers, not paid YouTube people. I think when someone puts that in front of what they do, it sort of sounds funny until you think about I'm a paid influencer. Isn't that different than what do you do for a living? Well, I'm an influencer. It's like, yeah, are you making full-time money doing that? So I want to share getting started with this new program is something that my mentor taught me. And he taught me, probably within the first week I was with him. And what he simply said is the phrase that I did documentation beats conversation. He goes, why are people scared? When someone shares with you, they can be super, super, super excited, super enthusiastic. And they go, hey, Lisa Marie, I got to tell you what I'm doing, what I found, what's amazing. And they go off on you. Why is it so hard for people to go, listen, is there any way we can jump on a Zoom? And, I don't need to record it. I won't take a screenshot of it. I'll keep my hands up like this. I need you to log into your online banking and show me with this incredible strategy that you're with what you've earned in the last 3 months. Don't you owe it to yourself to get that? If you guys did that, your lives would turn around. Everything in your life would turn around because you wouldn't be spending any time doing something that doesn't have results. And when someone tells you they won't show you their income, or they'll say, well, I think Jim Joe Bob's making a lot of money. Well, great. Let's jump on with Jim Joe Bob and let's see it. So my mentor did some pretty crazy stuff that's not done because it takes courage and it takes bravery. So I used to meet one-on-one with people because there was no internet or no cell phone. And I would tell people before I met them, I would just very simply say, hey, Dana, have you ever been at an ATM where you can pull money out? And Dana's like, yeah. I said, I don't know if you've seen this feature when you pull money out, but you actually can put your card in there and just get a balance of your account. And they go, oh, yeah, I know that. I said, well, do me a favor and stop by your ATM before we meet for lunch and pull a balance inquiry. And when we get to the restaurant, we'll switch them. I'll get one from mine and we'll get one from yours. And then we'll switch them. And they're going, I've never heard of something like that before. Well, I sure don't want either one of us to waste each other's time. How many of you just think this is pretty damn important? But most people just they meet people that are more excited than them. And so because they meet people that are more excited than them, now they're doing something and they don't even know if it makes money. And that's another week, another 2 week, another month, another year, and now they're back to scratch. Why? because people are not willing to master the mundane. People get bored. And so what they'd rather do is they'd rather do something new or something that came out of their mind or something excited instead of doing the same little stupid stuff that Robert does all the time. I don't want to just share a playlist. I don't want to do that. I want to come up with something that's more exciting. Well, here's another thing that my mentor taught me is not only documentation beats conversation, but you guys really got to understand that what makes people go into action is not only simplicity, but the ability to duplicate it. So now if I say to people, well, what did you do, Robert? Well, I took these videos, which by the way, I gave you a Google Drive. You click on the Google Drive, you can download them. You can share them on social media. You can share them on text. You can share them anywhere. So the videos that I used to make 12 grand in less than a month are the same videos I'm going to show you that I used. Did you guys get that? And even some of the people that were a little more skeptical, even though I don't know if they went through the video or not, that's when I started sending them the Google Drive with the 3,000 testimonials. It's like, well, you know, I know you're doing a lot of stuff, but do you currently have 3,000 testimonials? No. And I said, my son's amazing. He's a genius. And right now, here's another Google Drive where he's dubbed them into English. All right. And then the only other thing that I've said is I go, listen, in that playlist I'm going to give you, there's a doctor that's doing a Zoom educating other doctors on this product. I hope you don't mind me beating myself up a little bit, but I don't know if I could ever be in that conversation of a doctor convincing other doctors. Do you guys get what I'm saying there? It's like, you think that you're smart. Why don't you listen to doctors talk to doctors about it? And so that's what I've done. I constantly just grab those videos. Every time that I change them, I tell you guys about it because I'll upload the new video that I'm using. And then we take that video, put it in the playlist, and then I take that video and put it on Google Drive so you can download them. So the last point I want to bring up is I know that people don't realize how fast people think, but let me tell you some thoughts that people have and how fast you can go through them. The number one thing that people think when you reach out to someone that doesn't know you is they go, who are you and why should I listen to you? Who are you and why should you listen to me? Why should I listen to you? Don't you think it would be very, very smart if you just wanted to have money and freedom to just say you shouldn't listen to me? You should listen to this guy. You should listen to this doctor. You should listen to this person. You should listen to this person. You see how fast I can skip that? So when they first thinking, even if they don't say it, they're saying, who are you and why should I listen to you? So then when I post a playlist and it shows up in their back office as God Molecule, that was another one of Matt's geniuses. How many people, religious or not religious, atheist, would see God Molecule and I go, God darn it. They click on this, right? And then immediately the yellow slide would just like throwing all this stuff at you, including chronic disease. What do they all have in common? See what I mean? It's like the way that you get 8 seconds more of their time is if you get them interested in the first 8 seconds. And I'm always going to say this, and I'm not trying to be mean. I know some of you are smarter than me. No doubt. No doubt. I just understand how to do this very well. Getting people interested, getting people to duplicate. So now when they watch that, whether they watch that or not, they click on it, it's a playlist. And now it's covering all these different personality traits. For those of you that have been around me, there's 16 different personality traits. Why people try to guess what people's personality is, I'll never know. So there are analytical people that are immediately going to go to where? The compensation. That is the very first thing they're going to go to. Now, how many of you, if you got a playlist, that would be the first video you would look at? Not for me. Isn't that crazy? And then you have people that just love product. And then you just have people that love testimonials. You see what I mean? Then there are some people. Do you guys know any people that are geeks from dark forces? You might not want to watch a doctor talk to doctors, but there's people that love to watch doctors talk to doctors. Does that make sense? And so they'd rather see that it's documented and that it's real and that it has patents, that it has studies before they do any other interest. So I'm going to do a short video after I do this one today or tomorrow, which is just going to show you guys have seen me do it before. And it's just documentation beats conversation. I put the video out there already. It's got a lot of views, but showing everyone how many people have ranked events. That one right there in the whole playlist, that one right there has more views than all of them I have. Isn't that crazy? So, because people like watching people get awards. Have you ever gone to an award show? Have you ever watched an award show? People like seeing people get that. And just a side note, when I went in to order Terry some more product, we want to try some of the other products we haven't tried yet. And I went into Terry's deal to qualify her for this month. And you can do that all the way up till the last day. And when I did that, did you guys know that this company gives deeper discount on people that do subscription? But they also do a deeper discount if you're a consultant. So me and Bob have talked about how easy will it be if someone becomes a customer to reach out to the customers and go, hey, I don't know if you know this, but if you just become a consultant, it's like Costco. It's $48 one time per year. And that gets you a deeper discount. And then if you put some of the products that you use all the time and do it with subscription, then what you're going to do is get a deeper discount. So believe it or not, I know a lot of you don't do retail, but I've built really, really, really big groups of Latinos that do retail. And so when they can get it at that lowest cost, they still sell it at retail, but now they're making more money. Does that make sense? So they'll always do their auto shipper subscription on a bunch of product that would be their biggest seller, which would, if I ask a lot of Latinos, I can guarantee you they're going through the blue ones, like crazy. Jane, I'm talking in English. It's like, how do I get it? I mean, I'm talking in English, okay? Hey, there's the English back there. There's the English back there. So the next thing that I want to talk about is there are three thoughts that they go through again, right? So the first thought is, who are you? Why should I listen to you? You shouldn't listen to me. You should listen to this guy. All right. So now what they're doing is they're going, what is this? What is this? That's the reason for the peak of interest. So when Matt, got that video down to 1 minute and 54 seconds, I'm telling you guys, that video is going to make me millions of dollars, because of how quick, straight to the point it is, and people going, well, now I want to know more. Well, now they want to know more. It's the other videos on the playlist. So then what's the last thing that people want to know? Can I do this? And that's the most important thing you guys can understand. If you want to build a large organization And I even did this recently with one of the people that works with Mike, named Mandy. I think Lisa Marie has had Mandy reach out to you, right? And she's, from business development. And me and her were talking, and she was just asking me questions like, "How did you do this? How did you do this? How did you do this?" And she goes, "I've been here for a long time, and going executive diamond in 7 days, that's crazy." You know what I mean? And so I was telling her that everything has got to be duplicatable. So I said, here's my Super Saturday training, but really my only training. Have any of you, I said this to her, I'm asking you guys this question. Have any of you seen a video online? And while you're watching the video online, it stirred up something in you and feelings, whether it made you laugh, whether it made you cry, whether it made you pissed off. How there's got to be justice. As you're watching the video and you feel those feelings, how many of you immediately have something pop in your head or pop in your heart? I got to send this to John. I got to send this to Dustin. I got to send this to Rebecca. I got to send this to Sandy. Okay. If you guys would do that, you're going to make millions and you're going to do very, very well. When I did a Facebook Live, the last time I looked at it, I think it had 11,000 views. A lot of people shared that video. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it wasn't 11,000 views from my personal wall. How does that video go out there that far? And so that's the key thing I want you guys to know is that you need to share with people. Well, I don't know what to do. Isn't it funny that as soon as people get involved in anything, they immediately go, I do not know what to do. That's just people being human. If you're doing the business the way I'm doing it, it's very easy to explain. Because you could just say, why don't you scroll up in your Facebook? Okay. What did I say to you? Oh my God, you've been wishing me happy birthday for years. No, below that. Below that. Oh, you asked me how everything was going. Hey, how are you? How's everything going? And you responded, everything's going awesome. I hope things are going great for you. And I said, I'm really excited. Would you please check this out? And I sent you the playlist. Oh, the God molecule. I said, yeah. And I said, did you watch the videos? I did. Then let's go down now. You went, I have some more questions. Then you asked me some questions and I shared some more videos with you. You did. And then I asked, how do I get started? And you sent me a link. I asked people straight out, do you want to try the product or you want to get involved with me in the business? I'll just try the product. Okay, great. Here you are. And then she goes, this business is really, really easy. I go, yeah, until you talk to someone other than me. I go, you know what you'll do? I just showed you how to do this business. And when we get done talking, you're going to start thinking about overthinking, thinking about thinking. And then what you're going to do is you're going to not think this is easy anymore. And then you're going to start believing yourself. So then you're going to start reaching out to people, asking them how they do the business. And I said, well, you know what's really funny? When you buy a course or you buy anything or you jump on, you'll watch hours of their training and you know what you'll do on Monday morning? Nothing. I know people that just went through 3 days of training. And I go, wow. How many people have you brought in? How can you go through the best training in the world and not do anything? That's a good question to ask yourself, wouldn't you? So the last thing I'll share with you guys is there's a video where I bring this up on Master's Mind. Because what you're doing is you're asking yourself, and you don't want to admit that you're the one that got you in trouble. Your thinking got you to procrastination. Your thinking got you to where you are today. And I know it's going to sound awful, but I just wish you would stop thinking. All right? So if you're not going to think, then ask. So I did a whole video on teaching you how to ask. Now, for some of you, it's going to feel uncomfortable, but if you really truly want peace, happiness, joy, love, acceptance, if you really truly want everything you want, including financial freedom, you got to learn to ask. And you shouldn't be asking you. And I also taught you in this video is stop asking undocumented people. Please? You guys know you're doing that. You're saying to yourself, I don't believe in me. I don't believe in me. I always quit. I'm always distracted. I'm always procrastinating. I don't know why I won't do this. Guilt, shame, guilt, shame, guilt, shame, guilt, shame, guilt, shame. And then you just keep repeating that. Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again. If you guys, for those of you that have read my book, let me give you the key. Ask for help. Just ask for help. Go, I'm in trouble, man. I don't know what I'm doing. So why wouldn't you ask for everything? Not only ask for help, but ask, where would I find the right people? What would I say to them? What would I say to this individual? Do you guys really, truly believe I say the same thing to Sarah as I say to Mary? That I say to Mike? That I cycle? How many of you guys been around me long enough to know that I do really honestly speak different to each and every one of you? And then right after I get involved in a business like this, people reach out and say, do you have a script? No, because I understand that people don't want to feel like everybody. They don't want to be talked to like everybody. They don't want to be treated like everybody. We love to be treated individually. The key thing I do, and they try to do it in emails and scripts, but, their name. That in the parentheses of the script, their name. Hello, their name. You know what I mean? No, it's Bob. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? It's like they don't. That's the only way they know the personalize a script is by their name. Maybe I guess that's important. But what if there was a line right after that was more important? Hey, John. Was thinking about you today and wondering how the new life is going. Wonder how the new your new challenge in business, your whole life has changed. I just want to know how that's going. Well, John knows what I'm saying because we've had private conversations about what's going on in his life. That's not generic. Does that make sense? It's so important. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love and appreciate you guys. See you. I'll let Craig do some announcements because I know we got breakthrough tomorrow. And love each and every one of you.
Oh my gosh. I hope everybody got stuff from that because, wow, Robert, you definitely shared so much information. Watch the replay. I will make sure that gets posted up as soon as possible. If you took notes and you got writer's cramps, we got the replay. Don't worry about it. We're there. I know sometimes I get going, Robert, and it's just like this and this and this and this, and all of a sudden my hand just kind of goes, what are you doing to me? So, all right, watch the replay. To tell you a little bit more about some of the upcoming events, of course, tomorrow is our first breakthrough at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. So we've moved breakthroughs from Thursday nights earlier to noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on Thursdays. Friday, again, another daily wisdom. And of course, those are every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Saturday, also noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Ask Us Anything. Sunday, The Master's Mind. Great content there. Please join us. Noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And Monday, Recess at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. So you have your whole schedule right there. Please join us. We love and appreciate that you are participating, that you are here, and we are all learning together in this amazing Unlimited Wisdom community. There are a few things in the chat that Robert shared. Please go ahead and download the chat before we go, and it's very simple to do. Click on the 3 dots in the meeting chat, then click on Save Chat. It will download to your computer as we conclude. And that being said, let's go ahead and make Wednesday a fantastic hump day. I'm going to go ahead and open up so we can all say so long and have yourselves a fantabulous day.
Hi, Robert. Thank you so much.
So long. Love you all.
Hi, David, Barry, Patrice, Rebecca,
Awesome.
Jim, Mike,
Let's
Dave,
go.
Donald,
Love
Deborah,
you.
Go, go,
everybody.
go, 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 go.
Sarah, John, Deb, Miss Deb, Coach Bob, Bill, and Matt, and of course, Craig. Love you
Stop
guys.
thinking about thinking, everybody.
Thank you, Robert.
Have